A father had two sons. The elder was smart and could do anything, but the younger was so stupid that he could neither learn nor understand a thing. And people would say, "What a burden that stupid boy must be on his father." Those are the first 3 sentences of the Grimm's fairy tale, The Youth Who Could Not Shiver and Shake. This is a story that has inspired me for close to a decade, and was an integral influence on the design and illustration of the game Moving Maze that I'm making. Hi everybody, I'm Ethan, and Moving Maze is a mobile game that I'm in the process of producing, designing, and I illustrated the UI and UX for. I didn't go to school for any of this, and I do not know how to really do any of this. I'm a serial college dropout, first dropping out of community college when I was 20, then going and living in Texas for a year, leaving Texas, going back home, working odd jobs, trying to discover a possible skill of mine or maybe natural talent. About 3 years later after leaving Texas, I found myself working a minimum wage job at Domino's. I eventually went back to a 4-year school, only to drop out again. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to illustrate. I don't know how to write a story. I don't know how to make music. From what I'm sure many of us hear about media and its effects on ourselves and our self-esteem, many of us feel as though we don't compete. I know when I'm on social media, I feel as though I don't compete. As we look through massive followings and giant views, and people with seemingly impossible, spectacular talents. Heck, if you go to school and open a textbook, it's just full of intelligent people who have made grand discoveries, amazing technologies, or the greatest works of art. But this story has always resonated with me, that no matter how little I know, as long as I'm too foolish to give up, too foolish to be scared, too foolish to know what's good for me, eventually I will learn how to shiver and shake. I'll paraphrase the story for you here, and it goes a little something like this. There are 2 brothers, a smart one and a foolish one. The smart brother understands what it means to be afraid. He's able to follow the father's commands. Of course, if the father wishes the smart brother to do something at night, the smart brother finds his cowardice, as he's fearful of the uncertainty of the darkness. One day, the foolish brother sees the smart brother shivering and shaking, and in his incompetence believes that this must be something wonderful. From here on, the foolish brother makes it his mission to discover what it means to shiver and shake. In a disastrous moment, after the father secures the foolish son a job, the foolish son manages to harm his employer. The employer was simply trying to scare the foolish boy and give him his moment to shiver and shake. But the foolish boy was too foolish to be afraid, and attacked the employer, breaking his leg. After his father got word of this incident, he banished the foolish son. The foolish son finds himself traversing the land, asking many terrifying individuals to show him how to shiver and shake. But in his unstoppable foolishness, he finds himself unable to be shown the ways of shivering and shaking. Eventually, the foolish boy comes across a kingdom in desperate need of a hero. The king has made an announcement that if anyone was brave enough to slay all the terrifying monsters that infest his castle, he would reward that brave, courageous hero with his kingdom and the princess. The foolish boy, being too foolish to understand the dangers, but not foolish enough to understand the instructions, takes on the challenge. He enters into the castle and conquers foe after foe, but not with courage, with the foolishness of not recognizing the danger. In the end, of course, since it's a fairy tale, he gets the kingdom and the princess. Does he learn to shiver and shake? I'll leave it up to you to read the story. So I'll ask you what I ask myself regularly. What are you scared to do? You're too smart for your own good, I guess. You can think of all the things that could go wrong and all the things to be fearful of. These are mine. I can't draw, and I can't code, I can't make music, and I can't make a story. But I'd like to make a game. If we just keep going and foolishly try, and not think about if we're doing it all right, we can make or do or be the thing we're trying to find. And even though I seemingly can't do anything here, I've managed to organize a game that I can play, a plushie of the character I can hold, and a character that I'm pretty proud of. So don't try to be the smart one who can do anything, but is too afraid when things get scary. Don't compare yourself to the smart ones who know, because maybe you're the fool who just goes and goes and goes. The smart one didn't find the kingdom and the gold. It was the fool who didn't know that did the great things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was my first time writing a script and planning it out this far, and the story is definitely something that's important to me, and an underlying expression of the game and characters in the Moving Maze universe. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned for when Moving Maze comes out. I would greatly appreciate everybody's feedback, and just knowing that people play it and enjoy it or hate it, as long as they interact with it, that's really fine with me. Thanks everybody. Bye.